everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today, we're getting spicy with my opinions on the best and worst fitness trends of 2021. These are actually all recommendations from you. I did not contribute a single thing to this list. I went on YouTube and Instagram and I asked you, what are the best and worst fitness trends of 2021? And you guys came through, because some of these is gonna be rough. As always, just remember these are my opinions. So while some of these opinions are backed in education and science, some of these are simply just my opinion. So I've never done one of these before. I'm very excited. Let's go. Everything down here, you can see there's people, places, and things. And we have 5 categories. Starting at the top, we have Yoss. Starting right underneath, we have here for it. Underneath that is lower than that is a stank face. And then at the very bottom of the list is hot garbage. I'm excited. All right, we are starting with a stomach vacuum. Here's the thing. I want you to ask yourself why you're doing a stomach vacuum, because people will sell it to you as like, I did this stomach vacuum and it strengthened my TVA or your transverse abdominis. And then because it strengthened my TVA, it gave me a smaller waist, like as a side effect. If your why is to strengthen your TVA, there are many other better things that you should be doing. Planks, dead bugs, stomach vacuums are not the answer there. Now, if your why is to actually get a smaller waist, personally, I don't know enough about the science of stomach vacuuming to give a scientific recommendation on that. I do know that you can't spot reduce fat, and you definitely can't do it from just sucking in your stomach. It comes from being in a caloric deficit, and then your genetics are going to determine where you're losing that fat from. So with all of that being said, we're gonna give this a stank face. Next up is Blogilates. Ooh. Okay, so if you watch this video up here, or if you follow me on TikTok, you definitely know my opinions. I actually really used to like Cassie. She used to have a great message. She used to put out really great content. And then I feel like it happened with like TikTok. She just kind of shifted, almost like pseudo exercise science kind of platform, where everything that she posts is like, haters will tell you it doesn't work, but try it for yourself. And then it's some exercise that's like, bicep curls. And it's one thing if you post something really believing it, and then a ton of qualified people with many credentials come on and tell you like, hey girl, that's actually not what the biceps do. And then you can go back and be like, my bad, and take it down, or like stop creating content that does not support functional anatomy. But then what does she do? She ignores it, calls us all haters, and continues to make that content. Just like I said in that video, she's lying to you. So we're gonna say that she is unfortunately hot garbage. Let's turn it around with Miss Sydney Cummings. If you watched, this is like my little video spot up here. If you watched this video up here, you know that I am fully obsessed with Sydney Cummings. I think this was the year that she hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. She is absolutely incredible. She is a certified trainer, a certified nutrition coach. And if you actually follow through with her programs, you will see that it is all very strategic. And each program has a very specific focus. I think she's amazing. I think the fact that she does a free workout every single day within a strategic program and helps to motivate so many people, we're putting her in Yoss. 75 hard. Okay, here's my biggest issue with 75 hard is that it's not actually teaching you anything of how to sustain some kind of commitment or habit post-challenge, right? If you don't know what 75 hard is, it's basically 75 days where you have to do a certain number of things. And if you miss one thing on one day, you have to start all over from the beginning. I don't find that it teaches you anything about sustainability, about implementing long-term habits. And it also says that it's like not a fitness thing or workout thing, but like you have to do 2 workouts a day. So I don't know. We're gonna give this a stank face. Walking workouts. I freaking love these. I made a video where I tried to like hit 10,000 steps a day without leaving my apartment, COVID things. And oh my God, I love them. They're so fun. They're making such a big comeback. And I think that part of it is because I am such a like music driven and inspired person. So having someone lead me through to like early 2000s top hits, just walking in my apartment, here for it. So we're gonna give it a Yoss. Built bars. If you did not see a fitness YouTuber sponsored by Built Bars this year, I don't know where you've been. I think Built Bars are delicious. I did talk about them way back at the beginning of this year, or maybe the beginning of 2020, but I think they're absolutely delicious. I think they're a great, quick, easy way to increase your protein, but I would treat it like a supplement, right? It's not something that you should be prioritizing getting your protein in. We want to get that from like our whole foods. So I'm going to give it a here for it, but I also want to say that I have heard some pretty shady things about this company. There was something where like they were, I don't know, rotten bars or like moldy. And then I heard some shady stuff. So let's say like if they reached out to me for a partnership, I would do a little more research. So anyway, just saying like, do your research with that because I was told from a few people when I mentioned them in that video, there's something shady going on with that business. Body positivity. Again, I made a video right up here. I actually don't really love how that video turned out. Like I think it was a little too rambly. I didn't quite like land on a point. So maybe I can do it now. I think body positivity is a great idea. I think what they actually are trying to do aligns more with the term body neutrality. You can look up all of this stuff. I'm not an expert, I'm not a pro on these things, but you know, all of my opinions on this are coming from what I see people who are big advocates for body positivity or body neutrality, what they're coming at me with. And unfortunately, I don't always love the messaging around it because I personally believe that people eventually ruin everything. I think it's a good idea. I don't think it's implemented very well. We're gonna give it a meh. It's a meh. Intuitive eating. This made a huge like resurgence, I feel like this year, especially with TikTok. I'm here for it. I'm here for intuitive eating. That being said, I think two things are very important to note about intuitive eating. Number one, it is like actually a method, but it's like a X number of steps process for intuitive eating. So if someone does say that you are like, they're an intuitive eating coach, like check certifications because it doesn't just mean eating whatever you want, right? So that's number one. Number two, my caveat is like, yes, I'm here for intuitive eating, but I think again, people kind of ruin everything. And I do firmly believe that if you have a certain goal, even if that goal is to like detach guilt and fear around foods, you need a plan. And with a plan, you need to instill habits. You need to have tactics to pull from. And I think that unfortunately people have kind of skewed intuitive eating to just like, eat whatever you want, body positivity, it doesn't matter. And like your health does matter. I don't care what your body looks like, but I care about your health. So that's my but I am here for intuitive eating, actually intuitive eating, not influencer intuitive eating. Bulgarian split squats. Again, I feel like TikTok made these huge this year, and they're a great exercise. I'm gonna say again, I'm here for it, but I don't think that everyone needs to be doing these. I actually have a video coming out in 2022 all about Bulgarian split squats, but I'll give you the abridged version. If you have not mastered a split squat on the floor, you have no reason to elevate your back leg and do a Bulgarian split squat. It's literally like trying to drive a car before you have a driver's license. Why would you advance an exercise before you master it with both feet planted on the ground? So I think it's a great exercise. I personally consider it pretty advanced, so I'm here for it, but you don't all need to be doing it. This is supposed to represent functional core training. Oh my God, this was the biggest thing on TikTok. And like, I'm here for functional core training, but like, I actually made a whole video about it too, so you can check that out. The thing is like, what is functional? So I break it down that video. It's training your core for daily life. And what do we need our core for like functionally in daily life? A lot of that is just resisting movement, like resisting force so you don't like crush your spine. I do love the trend. I'm here for it, but the here for it category is like, I'm here for it, but. I'm here for it, but I feel like most people got it wrong because no one explained what that means. Everyone just thinks functional core training is holding a weight above your head and then marching, but it's not just that. Like, you just need a purpose. That's all functional training is. Does it have a purpose in your program? And if yes, and it serves you, it's functional. It's not that hard. Miss Taylor Woods. She is hot. No, I'm just kidding. She's a Yoss. We love Taylor. So if you don't know, Taylor is a fellow YouTuber. And by fellow, I mean, she has way more subscribers than me. But let me preach about Taylor for a second, because she actually is like an incredible human. She is so good at giving back, not only like to her community, but also to the other people in her like circle, her peers, I guess we would say. She is constantly calling out other creators who do great things, people who maybe don't have as much representation. Back at the end of 2020, I actually reached out to her because my husband was like, why don't you just reach out to people and see what happens? And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, stranger, person who's never met me, I would love to train you for a month, 3 times a week in exchange for a YouTube video. And Taylor said yes, and I literally maybe had like 2,000 subscribers. So I am eternally grateful to her for that, because she really did like give me a big jump up, not only on YouTube for like subscribers and people seeing my stuff, but also I had a lot of people from there reach out to me for personal training, nutrition coaching, and join my unlimited membership. So very grateful to Miss Taylor Wood. She's a queen. Another person, Caroline Gervin. If you watch this video up here, you either got incredibly pissed at me or had no idea why everyone was pissed at me. I still don't really know why everyone was pissed at me, including Caroline Gervin. I think Caroline is freaking incredible. I actually still do some of her workouts. I have a hair in my eye, but I also have a video coming out in January that includes her in it. And I think she has A+ programming. She is so good at verbalizing at the beginning of her videos and like explaining our why and what we're doing and modifications, and her energy is so fantastic during the workouts. Personally, there's only 2 things that I don't really love. I don't love that she doesn't coach you the entire workout. Like, that's why I prefer someone like Sydney Cummings. And I personally just think that the intensity of her program is a little bit too much, more than the average person needs. So I'm gonna say here for it. Dry scooping pre-workout. Do I even need to explain? Number 1, gross. Number 2, why? Number 3, didn't someone have a heart attack? Number 4, your teeth are going to like unenamel. And number 5, you probably don't even need a pre-workout every time you go to the gym. Have a cup of coffee, you're gonna be fine. Hot garbage. Down there with Blogilates. Bala bangles. They're like wrist and ankle weights, but they're very cute. I feel like those made a huge comeback. Those were really popular for a while. Here's the thing with these, I don't think that you need them, but if you enjoy using them, that's great. Again, I'm coming from a functional mindset. I'm like, well, why would you need to weight your ankles and your wrists in most people's daily lives, right? There are probably some situations where people would really benefit from that. I'm not one of them. Most of my clients aren't one of them. So I think I'm gonna give it like a meh. Like, you enjoy it, you like wearing those cute little weights around your wrists and ankles, go for it. You don't need it though. Let me rephrase that. Most people don't need it though. Abs in 2 weeks. This isn't Chloe, well, that is Chloe Ting, but this isn't like talking about Chloe Ting. We're talking about all of these videos, and we can insert anything. X result in 2 weeks, X result in 5 days. All of these, like, you will get a physical result in this amount of time. Again, if you saw the video that I put up here earlier where I mentioned Blogilates, it's bullshit. They're lying to you. They don't know. They can't predict that. This is hot garbage. 12-3-30. So this is I actually have never seen any of her videos. Lauren Giraldo. It's basically where you walk at a 12 incline at a 3.0 mile per hour pace for 30 minutes. And it is a miracle weight loss cure. It's not a miracle. You're just expending more energy than you did before. You're not hacking your metabolism. There's nothing special about it. Like, you could do an 11 incline at 4.0 for 30 minutes. You could do, like, you could literally do anything. But if you are literally moving more than you did before, fat loss, most likely. So I'm gonna say meh. And the only reason I'm not saying here for it, because keep in mind, like, you know, I'm a huge advocate for increasing your NEAT and increasing your overall daily movement, but I don't like the way that it's marketed as like, this is something unique and special and life-changing, because it's not. It's just a walking workout. So we're gonna give it a meh, because marketing. Look at this photo I found. Yoss Queen, living her life. Weighted hula hoop workouts. I have no studies or anything to back this up. I think it's one of those things where it's like working on your trunk stabilization, you're increasing your energy output. It looks like a lot of fun. It probably like brings you back to being a child. I'm gonna give it a here for it. Like, if you enjoy it, you do it again. And there's no like, well, there is. Some people have marketed it as like, this is how you get abs, but I don't know, this lady, I can't put her in meh. Look how happy she is. Look at that prideful hula hoop she got there. I'm here for it. Whew, all right, that was long. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know that was a lot to get through, and it was like more just fun, me giving you my hot takes, but I don't know. I had a lot of fun doing that. If you have any other fitness trends that did not make it, drop them down below in the comments and I will comment on what I think. I wanna hear what you guys think too about all of these things. And this is the last video of 2021. We did it, guys. We made it. We made it to 2022. So closing out this video, I just wanna say that with everything that's happening, I'm in New York City, so it's very bad here right now. I hope that you are all safe. I hope by the time you're seeing this, you had a very wonderful holiday, whatever you celebrate. I'm so, so grateful for each and every one of you. And hopefully I will see you all ringing in the new year, 2022. We got some fun stuff coming up, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and I will see you all in the new year.